Hi guys, it's Pristu from Pristu.com back here again, and last evening I attended a media food tasting at Bhoomi's by Milind Sovani. Bhoomi celebrates India's culinary heritage with a deep reverence for tradition and history, and this restaurant is the once Michelin-starred chef Milind Sovani's latest brainchild in Singapore. Every recipe at Bhoomi tells a story crafted from age-old family traditions and specialties.
So Bhoomi by Milind Sovani basically is an Indian restaurant, and the theme here is I'm calling it back to the roots. Back to the roots because Bhoomi, the name also was derived because I want to take the root of back to the roots. What we mean by back to the roots is we want to do traditional Indian cooking, and traditional Indian dishes doesn't mean only the cuisine is authentic, but even the cooking processes that we do. We follow wood-fired cooking for curries, we do charcoal grilling, for doing our chutneys and paste. Instead of using a blender, we will try and use stone pounding, things like that. So whatever things are possible to do in modern kitchen, we will try and still stick to authenticity. So let me come to the name Bhoomi. So Bhoomi means earth in Indian, in Sanskrit, in Hindi language. But surprisingly, Bhoomi also is a word used in Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia. Maybe they spell it a little differently, but still the word is the same, Bhoomi.
The dishes that we got to try were pretty interesting, and it's a good spread of dishes from various parts of India. Let's check out what food I had at the tasting session. So we tried a pretty interesting selection of foods, beginning with the soup. So the soup was actually very yummy with a very strong peppery note that hit me immediately and proceeded to grow stronger the more I drank of the soup. The peppery notes were pretty interesting. For the appetizers, my favorite appetizer was actually the pani puri. Pani puri is a deep-fried breaded shell filled with potato, onion, peas, and chickpeas. So the pani puri, you have to actually kind of make it yourself, pouring in a sweet plum sauce and a chili sauce to the amount that you want. You are actually supposed to fill up the pani puri. This first sauce that you see me using is a sweet plum sauce. I wanted the pani puri to have a sweeter texture and not so spicy, so I added more of the sweet plum sauce. After that, I added a few drops of the chili sauce. I would say take the chili sauce cautionally because depending on how much you put inside there, it can be quite spicy. When you eat the pani puri, it is literally a flavor explosion in the mouth. The first thing that you bite into is the crunchy shell, and after the crunchy shell, you bite into the liquids, and the liquids just explode in a myriad of flavors. It is pretty amazing with the crunchiness, the sweetness from the sweet plum sauce, and the spicy chili tang. So other appetizers we also had was the spiced beetroot patty as well as the minced lamb kebabs. Okay, so my verdict of the lamb is that the lamb notes are pretty strong and it hits you immediately. In terms of the texture, it's pretty soft and melts in your mouth. So if you are a lover of lamb, then yeah, you will probably enjoy this.
And now let's move on to the main courses.
For the main courses, my favorite was the butter chicken. The butter chicken was extremely soft, moist and juicy, and the buttery notes in the curry sauce were also pretty amazing. I really enjoyed it. The chicken basmati rice was also not bad. The rice was very soft and fragrant and quite yummy. As well, another dish I really enjoyed was the prata. Oh my god, seriously, how do they make the prata stay crunchy for so long?
Honestly, this prata was probably one of the best pratas that I have ever tried. And here are some of the other dishes that we had. So we had the spiced garbanzo beans, as well as another type of gluten-free bread, as well as a fish curry. The fish curry was similar to the butter chicken, but I personally preferred the chicken over the fish. Jamun rapdi is basically a deep-fried gulab jamun dough ball prepared with sweetened milk and flavored with nuts and spices. Rolls were also added into Bhoomi's recipe.
For the dessert, this was personally a bit on the sweet side for my liking, but if you really have a sweet tooth, I will say you will probably enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. This is Pristu from Pristu.com. If you enjoyed what you saw, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Until then, I will catch up with you next time. See you and goodbye. And don't forget to check out Bhoomi's by Milind Sovani. The shop is at Orchard Road, so should be pretty central and quite easy for you to get to. Bye!